It's hard to imagine that food could be medicine when you peer down most aisles of the grocery store. Our foods are far removed from the places where they were grown. They have been manipulated, extracted, and refined, and rarely resemble the whole foods they once came from. Our society is plagued with food-related epidemics such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease. The sugar industry has hijacked our neurochemistry, and the sweet stuff is found in nearly 74% of packaged foods. The NWT has seen a significant increase in chronic health diseases. The extent to which these health trends are related to changes in community food systems needs to be questioned. The industrialization of our foods results in support for a few large companies, less nutritive food items, exposure to pesticides, and environmental deterioration. Just take the life of a tomato grown in Mexico, picked while still green, after being sprayed with pesticides, sorted and trucked up nearly 4,500 kilometers. It's no surprise it arrives with a lackluster appearance. The distancing of food consumer and food producer has promoted a disconnection from the land and the cycles of the seasons. Our children are learning that foods come from a grocery store shelf. It becomes easy to separate nutrition from the growing of food. A revisioning of our food as medicine is needed in the 21st century, and maybe not so much a revisioning, but a returning to the ways in which plants and animals have been used in this region for eons. As Dennis Burkitt said, the only way we're going to reduce disease is to go backwards to the diet and lifestyle of our ancestors, and local seasonal eating may be a manifestation of this. Local seasonal food is food that is grown outdoors or produced during the natural growing season for a region. It may include traditional country foods, local plants and animals, foods produced in gardens and available at farmers markets. Why are seasonal foods so amazing? Well, to begin with, all seasonal foods are naturally nutrient-dense and flavorful. They do not have to be transported long distances, and they ripen where they grow. They are rarely produced using pesticides and are not genetically modified. Local seasonal eating has been foundational to eating habits across cultures. Seasonal foods are a staple prescription in many traditional medical systems. My botanical medicine professor explained that the plants we need most in order to heal are those that grow near to us. And while I learned all the common and Latin names for over 200 different plants, it was time to find those seasonal medicines that grew in the place I called home. One of the first plants that rises in spring is dandelion. At this time, the energy of the plant is stored in the roots. Dandelion roots can be ground and used in baking and roasted to become a coffee substitute. Both are bitter in flavor and are used to support liver and digestive health. Birch sap is collected in the spring as the sap makes its way up the tree to nourish the new leaves. The clear sap is considered a spring tonic. It is tonifying for the entire body and rich in nutrients, including vitamin C, iron, B vitamins, and magnesium. Summer is a season of abundance of fresh fruit and vegetables from local gardens. During the season, the energy of the plant moves into the blossoms. These parts are therefore the most nutritious. Wild rose, fireweed, dandelion are a few that we have readily available. The blossoms of each of these plants are lovely to collect to make jellies and syrups, added to salads or infused as cold or hot tea. The blossoms are high in vitamin C, which is essential to wound healing, blood vessel and connective tissue health, and immune support. Dandelion blossoms themselves are rich in vitamin D, which is evident from their sunny disposition. Autumn is a time to gather the abundance produced by the summer sun. The energy of the plant is finally transformed into berries, and we have many. Raspberry, cranberry, and rose hips. Rose hips are truly remarkable, having a high content in vitamin C and flavonoids, making them excellent for heart health. Just 3 rose hips have the same vitamin C content as 1 orange. Autumn is also the time for wild game, which is typically higher in nutrients during this time. It is not always available, nor is it sustainable on its own, but communities, like we've seen, and in Gamity now care for chickens and goats. It is well known that free-range organic meat sources have better nutritional profiles, and this model provides an alternative way of connecting with the land. Chaga is a parasitic fungus that grows on birch trees and is harvested in the winter. It is a potent antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and has immune-stimulating properties, which makes it perfect for the cold and flu season. Wild-caught fish are a great source of protein, as well as vitamin D, selenium, and omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are anti-inflammatory and supportive of heart and mental health. Whitefish, for example, has around 250 IUs of vitamin D and 500 milligrams of omega-3s per serving. I used to doubt the idea of local seasonal eating north of 60, but you can't dispute something that has been done for thousands of years and only made possible using sustainable, honorable harvesting techniques. Integrating the seasonal may need to involve preserving methods such as canning, fermenting, pickling, drying, and smoking to make it more realistic. Eating with the seasons becomes a natural method of maintaining and detoxifying and strengthening the body and its organs. The natural cycle of foods are perfectly designed to support our health and not just our physical health. Seasonal eating provides the opportunity to address health with an integrative model, recognizing psychological, social, cultural, and economic aspects of our well-being. It provides an opportunity to connect with the land, to cook foods with our families, to ensure our children grow up knowing that our nutrition is vitally connected to the growing of foods. The health of the earth becomes more relevant when we are intimately a part of it. Gregory Coget states, "When people eat the vegetables that grow in their gardens or from the region they call home, the substance of the plant joins the substance of the person in a way that is more than physical. It is the survival of the spirit also." Let's return together to our knowledge of food as medicine.